Hi, this is Peter, aka Fathom on Twitter, and my son.
Roman.
And today we're going to be doing a review of what?
Headmasters!
Transformers Titan Masters. Not just one, but 1, 2,
4.
3, 4. We found them at our local Toys R Us.
Scourge, Hardhead, and
Skillsmasher.
Skillsmasher.
Also known, I think, as Skull Cruncher may have been his original name. But these guys were $16.99 at Toys R Us. The Combiner Wars characters that are on the same price are selling for like $26. They're just because they're not being sold anymore. Or they're retiring them. Toys R Us is trying to sell them for a mint. So what are we going to do?
Open up and see what's inside.
Sure, but let me flip the back and get the bios really quick. Okay, Blurr. The Autobots unite with Titan Master partners in order to power up for battle. Hyperfire boosts the speed of Blurr even further. Some bots say even fast enough to outrun blaster fire. Scourge. Been waiting for this guy. The Decepticons unite with Titan Masters to power up for battle. Fracas can steal the power of other bots, letting Scourge harness whatever ability suits his sinister plans. We'll skip the first sentence. Furos gives Hardhead a regenerative healing of power that instantly repairs his armor and systems damage. These look so cool. And I have this one, Skull Cruncher or Skull Smasher. Alright, let's see here.
The original one had 2 heads.
No, it has 1 head. Those are the different guys. Those are like the horror combiners or whatever they are. Horror headmasters. I have them somewhere. Grax masks the energy signature of the bot he's bonded to, making Skull Smasher invisible to the Autobots. Alright, in the box, let's just see here really quick. Their heads are pretty small. They're smaller than the headmasters. These robots are same size as Deluxe Class Combiner Wars. Let's compare this one. Hardhead. These guys look so cool. The head molding and the paint looks so nice on the heads.
On the body.
Especially Scourge. Look at his face like that.
And
it looks
Blurr.
so nice.
And
with the
Blurr.
coloring, you can see the eyes are even colored in properly. And Blurr. Blurr's face is really nice too, and his face is all colored in really good too. There's some really good detail on these faces. Can't wait to open them up. Here we go. We have them all unboxed right now and in robot form. So can you tell me their names?
Hardhead, Skillsmasher, Scourge, Blurr.
Yeah. So out of the box they were okay. There were some quality control issues. He has issues with his legs in 2 spots. Let's pop it off over here. This spot was too jiggly, so I had to use some nail polish on here for now. You might not see it. It may have worn off. And nail polish over here, and fixed this part too. This was super spinny. Now it's still spinny, but not as bad. And now he could stand up straight because he would just flop over like crazy.
So we got to put him in front of someone.
And I had to do some other parts with their hands and other pieces like that. But other than that, it fixed it. So I recommend get yourself, if you're fixing your Transformers toys, clear nail polish, something clear. Super glue will work too, but there's higher risk involved, and you can damage your toys and melt them with super glue. Let's use clear nail polish. Extra shiny top coat from something. So yeah, now we've got them.
And we got the Ultra Magnus.
Here, yeah, go right ahead and yeah, I fixed Ultra Magnus, and I'll actually make a separate video on how to do that. So go right ahead, yeah.
And we have Springer in our C, so we're gonna make
we've got the whole old Generation 1 team from the old movie. We can put them all together later. Alright, so can you transform? Who do you want to transform first?
Transform?
Yeah, turn them into a vehicle or monster. And yours is a size comparison. Here is
right now, this is what I want to
Combiner Wars Ironhide.
Here, this is how I transform him.
Combiner Wars Ironhide is about 15 to 25, all depending on what place will rip you off.
And you know what they look like? They look like this.
Ooh, can I show them? Okay, here's the robot mode, or the robot body. As you can see, the head mold is pretty good. These guys are very, very small. As you can see, that's my thumb. It's as big as my thumb. In here, this part moves out, this part Moves out. The paint on the faces is pretty nice on these guys. And as you can see, you can flex them out and you can move the arms a little bit outbound. The head spins around full 360 and wobbles a bit for head tilt. You combine it, they click nicely into a beautiful forming head. The face is really good detail in it. So he's transforming him into
a battle tank.
A battle tank. And here is the head. You put him back into a robot. And I'll show you a size comparison really quickly. Alright, I've got a little size comparison. I can do it really quick. I'm going to tilt this down just for a second.
The original one that belonged to Cyclonus.
Well, here's the Target Master that came with Cyclonus. This is Minimus Ambus. As you can see, the height, he's even smaller than a Target Master. So, here you have a Titan Master. And up close, as you can see, Titan Masters are super, super tiny. That's Minimus Ambus, and he's supposed to be very small. And that's a Target Master, and he is very small too.
And here's what it looks like. And also, guess what? You can open this hatch, and you can put them inside.
Yeah, and there's another spot too, right?
Yeah, you can put them so you can control with the cannon.
So you can do that with the cannon. And then where do you put the gun at though? There's two spots, right?
Here or where else?
Here, let me see them really quick.
And guess what?
So,
I can show you something really cool.
You can have them stand on certain spots, right? Oh yeah, have them as a head sitting over there. Here.
No, they're like Angry Bird Transformers.
Like Angry Birds Transformers, okay. Alright, so there's supposedly another spot. As you see, you gotta flip this in. They lock into place over here in these joints. If you put them just right.
And
this has to flip this way. Hold on. And the gun can actually mount somewhere over here. See this little pinhole? There is a super, let me just go here. Super tiny pinhole, and you can actually put the gun right there. Fit the gun. And guess what? That tiny pinhole, see, fits right there. And the tiny pinhole, you put the robot right on top and have them stand on there. Cool, huh? That's really cool that they're all putting another spot to put a gun, to put the gun blaster at, and to put a robot at.
And the next one after that is good.
Scourge, right? Scourge is really cool. He's probably one of my favorites.
And guess what? Can I show you something?
Yeah.
Take his head off, transform, take his gun off, pull his feet out, put it in there. You can put it in there. And guess what? You can put Scourge in the cannon.
Yeah, you can put him in the cannon, which is pretty cool.
And guess what? Guess what? Dun, 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 dun. So when we meet while he's controlling the gun, we meet someone to control his head because we don't know where to shoot him.
You mean his body, right?
No, we can use Skullcruncher's head.
Yes, I love the interchangeability of their heads. You can put everybody's heads on everybody's head. Have so much fun.
It's kind of hard to push them in, but look,
They'll fit though.
Skullcruncher fits on Scourge's
Or
head.
Skillsmasher, or whatever they renamed him. Skullcruncher was the original name.
And guess what? Well, Scourge's While Skull Cruncher is controlling his Scourge's body, he can control the cannon.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the cool thing about Titan Masters. And as you can see, let's do a little size comparison. As you can see, down here,
he's way bigger than him.
He's a little bit bigger, but the size comparison is pretty just that you're getting your money's worth for $15 to $17.
This is for cheating.
Yes, you can raise the weapon and you can tilt it. That's really cool. Normally you would just stay down and go up and down, but this lets you turn it around different ways. So you can fire in other directions. You can lay it back and use it as like a gun thruster.
Yep, a gun thruster.
Alright, now, let's continue on with Scourge. Can you transform him for me, or do you need help?
I can transform some parts.
Well, try it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Scourge and, both Scourge and Blurr are a little harder to transform, but they're fun. I like their difficulty. Oh yeah, also with this guy, there's little slots on the side over here to push in the vehicle. So that way it stays in. Sometimes they're a little loose. This one is too tight. This one's too loose. This one flops out. This one pushes out because it's too tight. So I'm going to have to use some nail polish and fix this one, and then use a knife or something to sand down or shave down that end. So far so good. And you just lay those flat.
Like this?
Yeah. Keep going.
And guess what? If you do it the wrong way, let me transform to a head first. If you flip one piece the wrong way...
Yeah, you can make it like the old toy that you can have his head head on the back like that. That's pretty funny.
I wish you can make him look like the old generation. The original one I liked, but now this new head doesn't look like a real head, like the really good head.
I like the new head.
But
it looks really good.
I like a Generation 1 head.
Well, this face here, while he's transforming, I'll show a close-up of Scourge's face. The face is spot on, like from the old cartoon. The red eyes, really good detail. This piece, I was lucky I didn't have any QC issues with it. It pops up and it stays up. It doesn't fall down. Same with my Blurr, he's really good. And as you can see him in robot mode, let's get a close-up of his face. His face is painted really good. And his arms move out a little bit too. But the only downside I saw him is I thought they were supposed to have pins. This guy does not have a pin for his legs. And pretty much these cheaper ones, well, sure, I'll help you transform. These cheap, this guy has no pin. This guy has no pin, so he just his piece will just split off like that, which I'm kind of disappointed in, because as you can see, with I can't remember if this is Hardhead or Chrome Dome.
Hardhead.
Okay, you see he's got a pin. He's perfectly fine. He's got a pin. See, he's got a pin over there so he doesn't fall out. This guy does not have a pin.
What pin?
And because of that, it will fall out. But of course,
what fall out?
His leg can fall out. See? Look. His leg will fall out.
Can I look at his chest?
It'll fall out like that.
Can I look at his chest?
See?
Oh, yeah.
It's not safe. Alright, so I'm going to finish transforming this guy. Let me lower this. This guy is a little harder to transform. You got to make sure to, when you pop him out, flip him up, put these legs, fold that in, put that leg there, that leg there, put these, slide it on top of the other. They don't click. You have to actually slide one on top of the other to tab it into place so it doesn't break. And then this, you got this here. Go do the arms. You have to actually slide them up higher and pin them in over here. As you can see, the spot, you got to pin in just right or it won't work. Pin it in. Pin it in. Then, second spot to pin it in. The arm right there.
Mostly I cannot do it. How?
Well, you don't know where to pin it, that's why.
What's
As you can
pin
see,
it? What's pin it?
pin it into place. And this. You see this spot over here? There's this hole. You actually have to push it in together into that hole.
With the generation
Push
1.
it down so that way it's flush with the rest of the body. And as you can see, this stays like this. It would have been cool if they would have figured out some way to fold it. I'm almost done transforming it. Alright, let me put this here.
But where can you sit him in?
Put this there. And then flip this up.
And you can put
And then
him
you can
inside.
put him inside.
But don't forget, you can do.
So there he is.
But don't forget, you can do this.
Of course,
You can get
he's
out.
too big to fit. He's too big to fit in the tank. So he won't work. And the old headmasters are way bigger. They won't work. Oh yeah, I'll talk quick while he's talking about that. With him, he had an issue with one of the arms flopping out. I pretty much used nail polish on the socket. Here. I used it actually not on the socket piece, but on the toy. The toy was missing a little piece, and I put a bunch of nail polish up to actually make it so now his arms don't flop off. It was just one arm just kept on flopping off. Now that it's fixed, it'll work because this guy is so hard to transform. Alright, so far what are you doing? Putting his head like the old way to make it look like the old way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can have him zoom like that. Like in the old cartoons, you'd sometimes see his face pop through that
If you do it the
compartment if
wrong
you
way.
fold it the wrong way, yeah. Let me have a close up. So, yeah, this is supposed to stick together
I
sometimes.
wish
It
that the
doesn't.
original one had a headmaster too.
No, he had a Target Master when you bought the Target Master version. There was
No.
a special Target Master version of Cyclonus and Scourge and a few other guys. Alright, next guy. Who do you want to do? Blurr or Skillsmasher? Skull Cruncher. Pick one. Okay, do Blurr.
Yeah. And guess what? There's a little thing. You can put these to look like they're like little vacuum things.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. You could fold his
And
arms
guess
in
what?
and they look like
Guess what? You can do like this.
Yeah, here, let me fold up
Like
and
this.
show him his... Let me show his robot mode really quick. Here's the thing. People are complaining saying that he's one uniform color and that it's boring. But when you look at the toy up close and you look at the detail, even though he's one color like this, a generic type of color, the blue is actually brighter than what this picture depicts. He's more of like a lighter teal compared to the darker color, which you may see, and it really snaps and really snappy looking and really awesome looking. He is a really fun looking toy. All the stuff that shows on him is really nice. Only downside is, of course, his wrist. Well, his wrist does turn. I thought it was a solid piece, so his wrist will turn, which is good. His arm moves back and forth
Guess
over
what?
here.
Look.
His head spins,
Look.
and his headpiece stays up. Unlike
Daddy. What?
Yep. So his headpiece will stay up. Some people are complaining that they had issues with it just flopping down. This one has stayed up, and that's one of the QC issues with him. Luckily, I haven't had really any other issues with him. All the other joints are very stiff and tight, so he's cool. Here, go right ahead and transform, and I'll show them Skull Smasher.
I cannot transform him.
Oh, you can't transform him. Okay, I'll show
You
the people
forgot
how to
that.
transform him.
You forgot that.
Okay, this guy is start out thinking he's complex. He's not too hard. Now, let me remember how to transform him. First, flip this up, Next, flip this up.
But look, also you can do this so it'll look like a battle station.
Yeah, it looks like a battle station. It's pretty cool. Alright, flip this up. Next, this goes like this, this goes like
And
this.
this will look like it's gonna see the
Flip this.
cannon at the bottom.
Up, but don't click it all the way. You know, this is a wheel over here. Flip this chest piece up. Now, this part, you go like what? Okay, almost like the plane Transformers. This piece opens up. This piece opens up. You're gonna flip this middle piece out. Flip this up.
Daddy, do you know what was the target master of Scourge's?
I don't remember his name. Connect this.
Except Cyclonus.
I don't remember Cyclonus' one may have been dead. I don't remember. But there's so many names of Transformers, sometimes they come back to me. Snap that back in. Next, flip that back, flip that back. Now you got nice 2 wheels. Now, a lot of people are wondering, like, what do you do next? You actually have to flip this out and it will spin like that. Flip that out and spin it again. Then, hold on, you're not done yet. You gotta put these in first. Put this in partially, put this in partially. Now he's looking more G1-y. You have to flip this in, click it into place. This clicks down, but as you notice, there's a small gap. It's intentional. I thought, I was like, why is there a gap? Shouldn't it be closed? And there's 2 pegs, one over here on this side, one on the other. You push them in. Can I have this blaster? As you can see, there's a hole.
Now you can put your blaster
under
in.
here. You can put the blaster in, and you can also use it in his backpack. You push it in, and that's good. And then you flip this up, and go ahead and put the, wait, one more part. Flip the chair back, and now you can put your Titan Master in there. I really like his design. His is probably one of the more fun.
Daddy?
But then there's also Skillsmasher, and his design is really fun too.
Daddy?
Do
you have the Generation 1 of him?
I have the Generation 1 of this guy. Eventually when I dig him out, I'll do a comparison.
This guy?
I don't have him. I don't have Blurr. I could never get my hands on it. I have Generation 1 of him. I don't have this guy.
Yeah, but then on Cybertron, they thought that he...
But I love that they made it look so...
That he can float to drive.
But after all these years, they finally made a Blurr that is worthy of a G1 style Blurr. Hold on, let me do one close up really quick. And it looks really cool. The cannon thing is very nice. This is really nice. The only downside is this little gap over here. I wish they would have made it have a little more room and fill in all the way. I wish they would have just filled it in all the way and had it close off, but it's still, I can't complain. The coloring is nice. And
guess what? Look, he's floating. I'm floating.
Yeah, well, he's supposed to be like a car that hovers.
No, he puts a car that looks like this.
Let's say one of my favorite ones out of this is actually Skillsmasher, because I like his face. It's black with gold on it, and let's do a zoom up of his head. Let's do a really good zoom up. Hopefully focus will focus. But yeah, his head looks really nice. There's lots of detail on these heads. And let's transform him. And this one is another guy that does not have pins in his legs, and his legs will popple flopple too. I don't know why they decide some have pins, some don't. But let's get another close-up of this guy's super tiny face. And these guys' little faces have lots of detail too, and good quality paint application. I'm surprised that the paint application's so nice on these. Here. There we go. And so, have him as a robot. Let's transform this guy into an alligator, crocodile, whatever he is.
He's an alligator?
But his gun is really cool.
It looks like an alligator.
It's multi-pieces. This gun can transform into a gun like this.
And guess what?
That you can put the gun inside.
It's something with Blurr, look.
Uh-huh.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Which part? Oh yeah, Blurr has, all these guys have little pegs on them that you could put combiner characters on.
Except him.
Well, he has, let's look at him really quick. You need to put him back on. Let me fix this really quick. He doesn't have any pegs, sadly, but, oh, he does. Okay, see, they all have pegs. This guy has 2 pegs, one over here, as you can see. Little pegs scattered all over him. See, this guy's got it over here. Blurr has 2, 1, 2 over there. 2 pegs, 1, 2. And do you want to transform Skull Cruncher?
Okay.
You can't. Remember, you gotta put his arm. You have to put his arms a certain way. Here, let me show you.
It's
Remember?
too hard.
Oh, here, I'll show you a little tip about Skull Cruncher or Smasher. His arms have to be put a certain way, an angle. So when you put them in like this, well, as you can see, they fold out, they fold in. You have to fold it in, put it in an angle that fits in a little slot. You angle it in, fits in a little slot. This slot being right on top over there. If you do it wrong, it will not fit right. And one of the QC issues is the hands. I had to use nail polish to make them click and stay in place. This was the one that didn't want to stay, and it was constantly wibble wobble and will flop all over the place. Fold the hands in like that. Next, you flip the head into the slot. You have to, actually, the head is separate. You got to connect it, and then you take these two pegs, push it into the pegs over there. All right, here, go ahead and transform the rest. I consider this one of my favorite ones because he's so cool, and it reminds me of the old Generation 1. Yeah, see, as you can see, there's quality control issues on the legs. They flop out. Here, yeah, pop it in. There you go. Remember, you gotta spin it around carefully at the kneecap.
Like this?
No. Here, look.
I'm the worst.
What? No, you're not. You just see this? Spin it around. Put it at the kneecap. See, the kneecap is double jointed kneecap. Spin it around. Here, finish putting them together. While he's doing that, this gun can be double formed, as you can see. It work like that, and you can combine it in. Or when you're making him a robot beast mode, you fold this in,
and you can turn it into a drill.
and you put this inside his tail, and you won't lose it. The gun will stay hidden. This is really cool. Alright, so have you got it so far?
Mm-hmm.
Can you put the tail on?
The gun tail, you mean?
Yes. And you can make the gun tail, of course, if you want to shoot in robot form or beast form. You can have the tail, like, have it blast on the outside
like
too.
His tongue looks really silver.
Oh, alright, put this on first.
And tail will make it so they can stay together.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so here, let me take a close-up of him.
Well, what's this part?
That's to make it a gun if you want to make it a gun. Here.
I want to make it a gun tail.
Alright, so as you can see, his face is really cool. His mouth opens up. Wish his tongue was colored, but it's gray. It's really cool. The head moves all over the place. Spins full 360. He can be upside down if you want to. And of course, he can eat Transformers.
But hey, don't forget, Daddy.
Yes, what do you want to tell me?
Guess what? Open this up.
Oh, the secret compartment, right? Yeah, there's a back here. Let me show them really quick, and you put in. This is a rubber compartment. This is actually rubber, not plastic. They want to make it safe. It's kind of weird, but it works. All right, go ahead and put them in.
But don't forget, his tiny head's the same color as this.
Yes, his tiny head's the same color as his big head. So you put them in that slot in there, and then close them off.
But don't close it too tight.
I know, if you push it in too far tight. Here, let me show them. If you push it in, you could push it in. This is the compartment over here, it's rubber. If you could push it in, it'll be in tight. But if you don't have a fingernail, you can use your skin. See, it's pushed in all the way. Pull it out. You push the corners, and it'll click into place. There you go. There you go. See, and then you pull it. See?
So that's why I'm having problems.
Oh, now you know. You do it on the sides. You don't do it on the center. Alright, so let me do a close-up of this guy. As you can see, he looks really nice. The colors are pretty much very close, if not exact, to G1. And as you can see, you flip his arm down, and he wobble, crocodile, alligator, whatever. He looks cool. His face is very nice. He's smaller than the old one, but highly detailed. And as you compare him to a G1,
he's way
or no,
high. He's a
Combiner Wars. Let's pat him down. Funny thing is, you could see his legs. It'd be cool if his legs on the back extended more, but as you could see, they just are a little low. These are very high. It's like I'm rubbing my butt against the ground. But look at his length. He's lengthwise, he's about the same length as that, but if you add the tail, he's a lot bigger. But his back feet, I wish the knees would bend somehow. They don't bend, but other than that, it's... Where? They only move, they don't bend.
What does bend mean?
Here, come here, I'll show you. See how this bends?
Yeah.
This doesn't bend here. It's a solid piece. It's like the old toy. The old toy didn't bend either, but what you do is instead you flex these arms and you make it lower. So that way he's super low to the ground like that, instead of like the old toy. The old toy used to be higher up like that, but well, just lay it down like this. Now his legs are more flush. The tail will pop off sometimes, but it's still a really cool tail. It will, if you don't put it in just right. This actually, you have to put a lot of force in. You actually have to click it in. It's supposed to make a loud clicking noise. Yeah. This spot over here, there's an issue. You have to put a lot of force in to click it, and it won't always click. Sometimes you have to do it this way and slide it in. I had to click it in really loud before it made a loud snapping noise, and there we go. That loud click. If you don't click that in, it's going to constantly flop out, and it takes a lot of pressure to click it in. Now his tail will stay on and not floppity out. So, and also the cool thing, Decepticon symbol on his head. Really nice facial features. I've already seen people modify this and make a weird Beast Wars Optimus Prime.
Ding ding, they have one on the side.
Yeah, Decepticon symbol on the side.
And guess what?
Uh-huh. Yes, he's really cool. So here, let's line them up all next to each other. Autobots and Decepticons.
Oh yeah, we forgot his head. We forgot him.
Yeah. So we got them all together. All in all, I'm feeling very happy. Let me put these closer to you. All in all, I'm feeling very happy about the Titans return line. Headmasters.
And also we have the Generation 1 Optimus Prime one.
Yeah. And so pretty much we have Power Master Optimus Prime, which will of course become Titan Master. So pretty much Titan Masters are just another name for Headmaster, because they can't use Headmaster for some reason. I don't know why, but Headmaster name still echoes throughout the whole Transformers history of being awesome. But all in all, these Titan Masters are really cool and really fun. I really love the designs on these, and I'm looking forward to more of them. I can't wait to try Galvatron.
I can't wait to try
and Power Master Optimus Prime. Blaster looks alright. I don't know if he's $50 alright though. But Galvatron looks cool. Power Master Optimus Prime
don't
looks
forget,
cool.
we have the War Cybertron one. I mean, the other one that turned into that weird truck vehicle.
Oh yeah, the War of Cybertron Blaster. Yeah, we do have that.
Yeah, but mostly it's a different name.
Well, yeah, it's a bigger deluxe one. But all in all,
we have the bigger deluxe Soundwave.
All in all, what do you think of this so far? Do you like these guys? Are they cool? Are they cooler than Combiner Wars, or just as good?
Just as good.
Okay, just as good. So there you have it. I like it a bit. I like it, but I'm looking forward to Computron. I wish I could have gotten the Japanese Computron, because in my opinion he looks cooler due to some of the look in the face, of course, a better remold on the face, but they look cool. The American one looks cool as a gift set, probably a lot cheaper. Yeah, butt cannon or tail cannon. Look forward to more videos coming soon. There's a deluge of a lot of stuff that I gotta edit together, so enjoy and click subscribe if you like our videos. Like our videos, please. Leave any comments below.
See you next time. Bye.
And thank you, everyone.